Theoretical recap. The terminal is a text-based interface that allows you to communicate directly with your operating system using commands. Unlike a graphical interface where you click on folders and files, the terminal requires you to type instructions precisely. This is how developers navigate their file system and organize projects every day. 4 commands form the absolute foundation of terminal navigation and file management. ls, list, displays the contents of the current directory. Think of it as opening a folder and seeing what is inside. cd, change directory, moves you from one directory to another. It is your way of walking through the file tree. mkdir, make directory, creates a new folder at the location of your choice. Touch creates a new empty file instantly. A critical mental model. At any moment in the terminal, you are standing somewhere in the file system. This is called your current working directory. All commands you type are executed relative to where you currently are. The most common beginner mistake is running a command without knowing where you are, which leads to creating files or folders in unexpected locations. Always use ls and pwd, print working directory, to orient yourself before acting. Mini example. You open your terminal, type pwd and see /users/yourname. You type ls to see existing folders. You type mkdir my project to create a folder, then cd my project to enter it, then touch index.html to create a file inside. You are now organized and ready to work. Workshop brief. This workshop puts into direct practice the concepts introduced in the previous lesson on the terminal and the command line. Your goal is to use only the terminal, no graphical file explorer, to build a structured project folder from scratch. This exercise simulates a real developer workflow. Every time you start a new project, you will repeat these exact gestures. Mastering them now will save you significant time and confusion throughout the entire course. You will work in your terminal. On Mac OS or Linux, use the built-in terminal. On Windows, use Git Bash or WSL, which you should have set up earlier. Do not use your operating system's graphical file explorer at any point during this workshop. The entire exercise must be completed using keyboard commands only. This constraint is intentional. It forces you to internalize the commands rather than relying on visual shortcuts. Step-by-step instructions. Start by opening your terminal and checking your current location using the appropriate command. Navigate to a logical place on your machine, for example, your home directory or a dedicated development folder if you already have one. Once oriented, create a root folder called Full Stack Workshop using the correct command. Enter that folder and verify you are inside it. Inside Full Stack Workshop, create the following structure using only terminal commands. You should end up with 3 subfolders at the root level: HTML, CSS, and JS. Inside the HTML folder, create 2 files, index.html and about.html. Inside the CSS folder, create 1 file, style.css. Inside the JS folder, create 1 file, app.js. At no point should you create these files or folders by right-clicking in a graphical explorer. Once your structure is built, use ls recursively or step into each folder individually to verify its contents. Take a moment to navigate back up the tree using cd, and confirm the full structure is correct from the root Full Stack Workshop folder. Pay attention to how relative and absolute paths behave as you move around. As a final step, write a short reflection, 5 to 10 sentences, in a plain text file called notes.txt that you will create at the root of Full Stack Workshop using the touch command and then edit in VS Code. In this note, explain in your own words what each of the 4 commands does, describe the mistake you are most likely to make when using them, and explain how you would verify your current location in the file system at any time. This reflection is part of your submission and will be evaluated. Advice and common pitfalls. If a command returns an error such as no such file or directory, the most likely cause is that you are not in the directory you think you are. Use pwd immediately to check your position, then use ls to see what is around you before retrying. Pay close attention to spelling. Terminal commands are case-sensitive on Mac OS and Linux. mkdir is not the same as mkdir. On Windows with Git Bash, the behavior is very similar, but be mindful of path separators. If you get stuck, you are fully allowed to consult the previous lesson on the terminal, search online documentation, the official GNU Bash manual, explainshell.com, or any tutorial you find useful, or ask for help. The goal is to understand and internalize the commands, not to struggle in silence.